Hello, welcome to Encore. I'm George.
And I'm Hudson.
And we just saw The Dark Knight Rises. And
boy did it rose.
It rose. And it certainly brought its reckoning upon us.
And it fell very hard.
And quickly, too. To put this into layman terms, it sucked.
It was a bad movie. It's hard to talk about.
Okay, so before you rave in the comments or before you start sending us death threats, please don't. We're not the only ones who think this, which is a good thing.
Yeah, we're not alone in our stand by here. But okay, let's give the story without plot holes.
And then we'll spoil it halfway through. So
okay, yeah, spoiler alert as always in Encore.
Okay, so it starts off with where you see Bane
Enterprises doing some kind of charity ball, and Bruce Wayne has been. Wait, no, it starts off with Bane.
Yeah, it starts off with Bane in a plane. Bane in a plane. That's a good Dr. Seuss book. Anyways, so he kidnaps this doctor who does nuclear fusion crap and can make nuclear bombs, but you don't care about that till halfway through the movie, if
longer than that, George.
About 2 hours into the movie, that's when it starts getting in. So
kicking in, yeah.
So yeah, he steals his doctor, and then he disappears for a while, and then you see Bruce Wayne 8 years later. After
what basically builds now is the fact that Bruce Wayne is hurt. And he's
gone into hiding.
He's gone into hiding. The Batman's gone. They talk a lot about
how Harvey Dent's death
is affected so much in the city,
and no one really knows the truth. Gordon's been keeping it secret for so long.
There's no organized crime, and he's just feeling hurt and from losing the woman of his life, and basically he finds that Catwoman has stolen his fingerprints and he has to get back out in the world because cop comes to his place and is like, I know you're the Batman.
Oh my god, this is where we have to stop. No, we gotta stop.
We can go back.
No, we gotta stop.
Power through the story and just let them know what happens, and then we can go back.
Okay. So this cop tells him, yeah, well, I know you're Batman. And
he goes back out there wondering why his industry...
Basically, everyone's like, you gotta become Batman again. Morgan Freeman's character, whose name slips my mind... Fox. I don't know, I forgot that. Fox is like, you gotta become Batman. Well, he doesn't in a subtle way, but it's like, you gotta become Batman.
I'll show you the toys again.
More or less...
Police Commissioner Gordon is brutally hurt, and he's telling stories about Bane's and the sewers, and everybody's laughing at him. And then Bane pulls a big heist on the stock trade, and
still no one believes him about it.
Okay, we can go back to that, but basically, what builds up is that Wayne Industries is destroyed and handed off to this girl who supported the energy project, which built this kind of nuclear reactor bomb. Which, skipping a lot of stuff, Bane eventually, breaks Batman and puts him in the pit where he was, and then he, gets the reactor thing and blows up a large portion of the city, and
hell ensues. 5 months of really calmness.
Really a calm revolution. It took place in 2 days, and then just kind of...
winter comes, everyone's stuck in Gotham, and Batman saves the day. Okay, there's a reason why we're just summing up the plot, because if we go into detail, we're not going to stop. This video would take forever.
2 hours and 45 minutes. Exactly.
Yeah, 3 hours, which is longer than the damn movie. We'd be stuck here. So, that's the plot, that's the movie, that's a quick summarization without spoiling too much. Here's where the spoilers begin. How the fuck does this cop... The cop who goes in is like, I know you're Batman.
From a look.
Just from
that
a
he
look.
Had as a kid. Because his parents
he gave this facial expression that just says, Batman!
Was he running around as a orphaned vigilante at the boys' school and is like, oh, he must be Batman because I'm a vigilante too.
That's the Batman look. There's this look that's like, I'm Batman. I don't even know what the look is. And he points, like, you gave that exact same look. And it's like, what fucking look? He looks like he does every fucking time. Oh my god.
And they believe him. They don't be like, you're crazy. and kick him out. No, they take this to heart and they let him in to talk to Bruce Wayne because he makes some wild accusation at the door about to Alfred. And, okay, so there's a lot more bigger plot holes in this movie, generally based around the fact that they chose Bane as the villain.
Now, we're not outright saying that we hate Bane. Well, I sort of don't like Bane as a villain. And
at least in this film.
And there's certainly many better ideas that they could have chosen to complete. I think the Riddler would have still been great. He could have, like, planned this entire terrorist operation. Just solely about riddles, and it would definitely challenge Batman.
But it would have felt more like
and it would work with the fact that he went on this hiatus, and like these riddles start showing up. It's like the only one who can fucking figure it out is Batman because he's the smartest fucker in the damn city.
But okay, I feel like Bane was a good choice for the villain. It's just the way that they did him was disappointing.
His voice. If you haven't heard his voice, he sounds like fucking Dr. Evil.
Like, he's doing a pretty bad job.
I will bring upon Gotham's reckoning.
Back to the people.
You can so tell. His voice must have been dubbed over because you can so tell. There's like body motions. I will bring Gotham's reckoning.
And he like bobbles his head.
He's like a fucking bobblehead. This one.
It's just a bad...
Oh my
okay,
God.
The movie has a lot of plot holes. And
the movie has a lot of holes to begin with.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and stop you here, George, or else we're gonna get on a rant. But what I'm saying, one thing I wanted to say is, it's a cool movie, but it doesn't make it a good movie. I mean, see it.
You should definitely see it, especially if you've seen the first two movies. You're gonna want to. You've probably already seen it by this one, but you're gonna want to like see how they've ended off. And
even a good idea might be to watch the first and second movie before going into this one and build it into a marathon. If you haven't already seen The Dark Knight Rises, you know it has been a pretty big movie.
You will see it, but just go in mind that you probably might come out not really liking it, or you might be some of the people who actually liked it. And to those people who liked it, I would like to really know why they liked it. I'm curious as to what they really liked about it. Like, me and Hudson were sitting in this theater. We were trying to enjoy ourselves the usual way we do. We crack jokes between each other. We try to keep
whispered
it as quiet. And this person who was probably 2 seats down,
4 seats
from Hudson, just was like, shh.
No, he says, "Shut up, you guys."
Yeah, he straight up said, "Shut up, you guys." And I give him this look like, "Fuck you." And phone call.
It's the Batman.
It's a Batman. Okay, there we go. Oh my, there's just so many. If you looking at this from it completing this trilogy that has let this legacy as being one of the better Batman trilogies for Batman trilogies, it's a pretty bad way to leave it off. I mean, Batman, it's not as good as Batman Begins. It's by far, in no way can you compare it to freaking The Dark Knight.
Yeah,
Hudson was mentioning that it's loosely based off of a
Nightfall. Nightfall is a comic that a lot of this is taken from, but they do change a lot. I mean, and they definitely don't use a large part of the film, which is the wearing down of Batman because Bane breaks out all the super criminals, and Batman has to go fight them all because he's Batman, and he's just getting worn down by each person. Just wearing out his soul and mind, and finally facing the Joker again is just tearing him up because he lost Dick Grayson.
Oh God, Robin.
Yeah, and just that would have been so good to see, and it would have built up because he is physically broken down from the Joker fight and from the Scarecrow fight,
and it would make sense with the little hiatus he has too. It ties into it that he wouldn't be at his full strength.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 problems that I just remembered because of talking about this Darkfall thing.
Nightfall.
Nightfall, whatever. Robin. Obviously, spoiler alert. We said that early on already.
Blake, played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Which you would know from like 50-50 or whatever.
No, a much more better role is in Inception, George.
Yes, Inception was another one he was in. He turns out to be Robin. His real name is Robin. What the fuck? No, don't call him like Dick Grayson or, you know.
Well, if they
Tim
used Grayson or Drake, they used Blake, which I don't know where that came from. Maybe it's some kind of other thing that's going on, but as far as I know of the Batman universe, there's no Blake.
You couldn't have
Robin.
done a better reveal, and you should use your real name, Robin.
I like that name, Robin.
Robin. Okay, and there's this huge thing about how Bane grew up in this thing called the Pit, which is in the middle of who knows where the fuck it is. I don't know describe where it is. It apparently must be pretty close in walking distance to Gotham.
Yeah. Oh, it's a mercenary gets there. It looks like it's in Mongolia or some kind of...
Or Mexico. It's in some sort of desert place.
With warlords and... I have...
But it's in walking distance of Gotham. Oh my god. So, Batman gets his ass handed to him by Bane and is sent into the Pit. And then, about 5 months later or so, Batman comes out and he can kick Bane's ass after coming out of this. It's like, coming out of this pit makes you fucking a god mode or something like that. Because you're instantly able to take on anything. You can survive nuclear explosions!
And knife wounds!
Oh my god. Like, getting out of this pit makes you fucking Jesus or something.
Yeah, and the effects just seem to wear down on Bane, who, during Batman's first fight, he does get a few punches to the face, you gotta admit, and a few, like, elbows and knees, and his mask doesn't, just a little bit coming down.
You find out Bane's weakness is actually putting effects onto his mask, like, taking out his actual mouthpiece that makes him sound like a retard. And it's not until the second part where it actually starts implementing, even though you see clearly that he is given some blows to the face during the first encounter. And even bigger of, Bane was the son of Ra's al Ghul, which, if you know anything about the Batman lore, does not make a fucking lick of sense. So obviously this little tension that Talia, what's your frickin' name? Talia, thank you. These names are all over the fucking place.
Talia?
Ra's
al Ghul's daughter is Talia? He's the fucking original father, isn't he?
Talia ends up being the fucking mastermind of the whole thing. And it's like they're not going to say this coming from miles away. Oh my god, they make you feel like idiots. The more you think about it, it's like they think the audience is a bunch of dumbasses that if they haven't even looked into the Batman lore, they wouldn't have figured any of this out. And if you actually cared about Batman, if you actually looked into the lore, if you were a comic,
video game, movie, any kind of fan,
if you played Arkham City, you would fucking see this coming from miles. Like, it's unbelievable how this sort of ends Christopher Nolan's trilogy, this epic trilogy that he set out. And this is how the payoff is. This is what we get. This 2-hour and 45-minute movie that doesn't...
The soundtrack was exactly the same as the first two.
It was. The soundtrack sounded the exact same thing as The Dark Knight, which is not a bad thing. I like the soundtrack from The Dark Knight.
Yeah, but I'm just saying...
But it would have been nice if there was...
It sounded like Inception, too, with the...
Everything Christian Nolan does sound the same sometimes. Oh my god. So...
He has a beautiful voice. That little kid looked really worried.
He did. That kid there, I'm like, is he going to just detonate so this kid just drops or something like that?
Yeah, there's a part, which you probably saw during the trailer, where this guy's running with the football and the ground starts sinking up beneath him, and he doesn't notice. He doesn't hear giant explosions. Everyone in this crowd hears these giant explosions. Nope. His head's in the game, man. His head's in the game.
Somehow they managed to get every single cop, every single officer that works in Gotham into these underground tunnels and trap them in there. 3,000 people! How the fuck? How stupid do you have to be to send every single one of them in there? We're gonna go find this masked guy that has a secret hideout under there. We're not gonna keep a few of them out, just in case. Like, that you're leaving open for crime to happen automatically. there's just so much wrong with this movie when you start to, like, you're watching the movie and you don't really, you'll see a few little things that you can nitpick at, but it's not until after you start thinking about this movie is when it starts to really fall
unravel.
apart.
It just, the whole movie just falls.
And it was never like that with any of the other two. I never afterwards were going, you know what? This doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. I went out from, like, The Dark Knight. I remember when we saw that, and I was like, I love this movie. It was great. This revives my love for Batman. And coming from this movie,
it almost killed it. It almost killed Batman for me. Literally, I don't know. I don't know what
you and me really love Batman. We grew up in the era where Batman was coming back.
I remember seeing my first time seeing the Batman, the Tim Burton version. It was incredible.
Yeah, and you know
this movie right here.
No, that's the Adam West one.
Oh, this one's even better.
Bat truck repellent. So after that, Dark Knight Rises. What would you give the Dark Knight Rises after seeing it?
2.5.
I'm going a little higher because I still have a little bit of there's still a little hope I have for. Wow, that was another arcing theme. I'm going to give them hope.
Hope, hoppity hope
for Gotham's Reckoning. I give this movie a 3.5 out of 10.
Wait, that's really your Bane impression? I thought at the start of the movie, at the start of this review, I thought you were just doing a random British. That's your Bane impression?
It sounds very, very like.
I can get it. I can get where you would get that,
but it's just it's a dumb voice.
It is a bad.
I literally give this a 3.5. It's not that good. It's weird that we're saying go and see this, but go in with the fact that you're going to probably not like it. You might like it. There's a good chance you probably might not.
Yeah.
I think at this point we're just beating the dead horse or just pointing out really stupid things in the movie.
Yeah.
Which we spent like the hour and a half walk from the theater doing.
Just a rant. Like,
ripping this movie apart.
Like, we haven't even scratched the surface of what we could be ranting about right now.
We, like, vented our rant on the walk, so we're ranted out, but we're just trying to, like...
Actually, I'm gonna bring up a point right here. The city really doesn't need Batman until the very end. Really, before that, what it needed is some good infrastructure that, you know, the Harvey Dent plan did give, even though it was based on a lie. You know, I don't really see that being a bad thing. Everybody was like, oh, Jim Gordon, he lied to us. You know, to make sure a plan went through that would, you know, give them teeth in fighting organized crime. Who didn't want that? Who was against that? Who later was like, I don't know about this one, guys, we kind of want them on. Like, what?
The Bane, like, unravels that Gordon's been lying. Everyone's like, well, fuck this. We're all out for this. And during those 5 months where they're trapped in Gotham, it's pretty damn peaceful for, you know, all the criminals being out.
Other than, like, Bane ever so often busting into a place and killing a few people. It's implied that people die, but you don't really see it in the streets. There's not bodies piling up. And there's lots of plot holes where, like, just how did they do that? Where was that? Why couldn't they find the bat? You know, the one under the tarp on the roof that has got to be owned by a Wayne Industry building. I mean, in 5 months, more. It had to be more since he parked it there, because he didn't use it since his, like, little escapade where he hauled it through the street and nobody fucking saw. Like, nobody fucking paid attention. No helicopter followed him. No kind of tracking device.
I love how the best camouflage is a tarp over it.
Oh, God. So fine.
It's starting to come back. Oh my God. So we're gonna save you from that and see it. Make of it what you will. Maybe you rant about it just as much as we did for the walk. So yeah.
Yeah. I might even suggest not seeing this in theaters, but wait until DVD.
or
Where
until
you
your
can
cheap
rent
seats.
Yeah, until the cheap seats or something like that comes near you.
Because you're gonna be sitting near people who will be
If you're anything like us.
who are just.
So yeah,
gonna
my
be loving
2.5 is well deserved, I think.
it. 3.5. I mean,
Did your dog just knock into your door?
maybe. There are parts I did like about the movie, but overall, I really didn't.
Okay,
like it.
let's just do a quick round off. Good direction.
In a
Most
good
of all-
direction, good cinematography, good action. The acting was pretty good.
Yeah, most parts.
Other than Bane.
The opening wasn't bad. The first half wasn't that bad. You know, it starts to unravel in the second half, and definitely starts to unravel when you're walking away.
It's just once you start thinking about the story is where it starts falling apart. You'll sit there. It's all fine and dandy.
And you know what? You know what? The one excuse that I hate that people give for this is, how could he do that? Because he's the goddamn Batman. Well,
How does Batman get away from a nuclear explosion that has a how large was it? Like what?
6 mile radius.
6 mile radius in the middle of an ocean, and
A bay.
In the middle of a bay, sorry, but it's really an ocean. Don't fucking kid yourself about that. Where he's in this hell.
How
this
far
plane.
out did he go? Like, how fast is the bat? How unstable was that bomb where it could be dragged and bumped along and fall out of a truck, and the truck could fall down into a big area? And still,
It's very
how
stable.
unstable is it, really? Really?
Must be really unstable.
I mean, it's borderline exploding.
Okay, so that's it. Okay, see ya.